Hello all, welcome to Domain Expert channel. Today we're going to learn an important service in AWS is VPC. Okay. The agenda for today is what is Virtual Private Cloud, VPC architecture and our missions, and the prerequisite which is needed to create the VPC, and lastly the four important elements of VPC. Okay, so let us start the session. VPC stands for Virtual Private Cloud. Okay. VPC is a networking service as provided by AWS to create, manage, isolate the environment and services for the cloud. In normal layman terms, it's a virtual data center over the cloud, which gives you all the superpowers to set up and to create over subnets, IP ranges, configurations of routing tables, network gateways, and network firewalls. So below is sample and very basic VPC architecture having both public as well as the private subnet. And also IGW also attached to the public subnet and a NAT gateways to access private subnets via public subnet. If you see this VPC architecture, I am going to create two subnets. One is public subnet and second is private subnet. In the public subnet, I'm going to host web servers, and in the private subnet, I'm going to host database servers, right? And I'm also going to create internet gateway. So the web access will try to come to the internet gateway, and it will go to the internet. If someone from the outside network want to access the web servers, web applications, right? He will come to the internet gateway. From here to he will reach out to the web servers. Okay, this is about VPC architecture. Now our missions. We'll be aiming to cover basics of VPC via setting up a custom VPC, creating a public and private subnet, customizing routing tables, applying security groups, and attaching the internet gateway to the public subnet so that to expose machines applications over to the internet. Now let us discuss about prerequisite. The first prerequisite is AWS console access, that is valid account on AWS portal. And the second prerequisite is a valid user with permissions of creation, deletion of VPC, and EC2 instances. Okay. Now let us discuss four important VPC elements. The first important element is IP. So what is meant by IP address? Anyway, I'm going to upload networking, AWS networking concepts in separate video. For now, try to understand what is meant by IP address. Okay. So, and the purpose, the main purpose of IP address is to handle the connections between the devices that sends and receives information across the network. The main purpose of IP address is to communicate between the devices. Okay. So that's about IP address. Okay. AWS recommends that you specify CADA blocks from the private address ranges specified in RFC 1918 as shown before. So this is 10. Series 170 to 192. These are the private IP address which we have to create using these private IP addresses in the VPCs. Okay. Now let us discuss about subnets. A subnet is a range of IP addresses in your VPC. You can launch AWS resources into a specified subnet. Use a public subnet for resources that must be connected to the internet and a private subnet for resources that won't be connected to the internet. In the subnets, there are two types of subnets. First one is private subnet and second is public subnet. What is the public subnet? A public subnet is used for resources that must be connected to the internet. Example of web servers. Example is web servers. And the private subnets are the resources that don't need any internet connections. Okay. Example of private subnets is databases. Okay. Lastly, internet gateway. An internet gateway is a horizontal scale, redundant, and highly available VPC component that allows communication between your VPC and the internet. As per your VPC architecture, right, we have the public subnet. In the public subnet, we are hosting web applications. If some users from the outside want to access our web applications, then we have to use the internet gateway. Internet gateway serves two purposes: to provide a target into your VPC routing tables for internet routable traffic, and lastly, to perform NAT translations, for instance, that have been assigned public IPv4 addresses. Lastly, the important element is routing table. Amazon defines a route table as a set of rules called routes, which are used to determine where network traffic is directed. IP routing is destination based, meaning the routing destinations are based on the destination IP address, not the source. To enable internet access for your instance, you must create a default route pointed to the internet gateway. So that's it, guys, for today's VPC introduction. So I'm going to upload a demo basis of VPC creation. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much.